Hello fellow modelers, Bruce here. In this video I'm just going to talk about the kits that I am planning on putting together over the winter and to share with you some ideas I have of what I have to get done now because of the cold weather in the garage. I do any spray painting of models, whether it be a primer coat or a final coat for the walls. I do that with a rattle can out in the garage normally, and boy, once it gets below 50 degrees, those rattle cans don't work so good. So yeah, I'm trying to prepare as many of those kits as possible that require that kind of spray painting. This is not one of those kits, but this is certainly one of the things I have to do this winter, so get it onto the list. I'm getting those kits out and set aside. This is Campbell's curved trestle kit, and you can see that they provide templates for a variety of radii for the curved trestle. 20-inch, 24, 18, 22, 26, and on the back up to 34-inch down here. So those are just templates for the radii of the curve, and also in the kit are some instructions as to how to proceed with the construction of it. And this looks to me like, at least in the one they give you, each bent has the same height, which is not going to be the case for me. So although I can certainly use the template for the bents, some of mine are going to be taller than the others. So these do not require spray painting. All the wood that's in the kit, some of which I will use and some of which I will not. For instance, here's the legs for the bents, those dowels. Some of those I can use and others I cannot. At any rate, those can be stained in the house. They do not need to be spray painted. So yeah, curved trestle, one of the larger projects actually that I will be doing. And I'll mainly, I guess, be using the templates for the curved radii that I need from Campbell. Here's one that's a better idea of what I mean by I have to get things spray painted while it's still warm. I still have another good week in the 70s and 80s here in early October. This is the Timberline Idaho Springs Mine kit. You know that I have built a cardboard mock-up of this kit, and now you are going to see me actually build the kit. These walls did require some spray painting ahead of time, so I have taken care of that in the warm weather and set them aside. Any of the other supports and so forth are just going to be stained, and again, as I said, I can do that easily enough in the house. So that kit is ready for building, and I'll get that into the queue. We'll talk about a couple of more of the larger kits in a minute, but I've talked to you about the fact that although a scene might only require one medium-sized structure, it can always eat up a bunch of smaller structures. This is Model Hobbies, which is a manufacturer you've seen me build an old-timer yard shanty, and I've also already taken care of getting these walls ready for building, and so that, amongst a bunch of other of the smaller structures, will be on the queue for this winter. In many cases, those walls can be colored with a Prismacolor marker, do not require spray paint, and so I don't have to go out and do that. So you'll see me do a number of the smaller structures. Among the other medium-sized kits, now here's an example of a Campbell box that has been around for quite some time. Looks like some water damage there, but as I looked at it before purchase, it looked like everything else was in order. It's their ore bin, and I guess you could paint the walls of the bin itself, but I'm just going to stain everything, and so I don't think I need to go out to the garage. If you're familiar with Campbell kits, you know that they package their parts in sealed bags. This is bag A, and here's bag B, and you can see this one's all strip wood. Bag A did have some board and batten siding in it, and some other siding as well. I'll look that over. If it requires spray painting, I'll do it. I think for the most part, staining will be okay. They're small enough to fit in a container to get some stain on it. So this is a project that I will do over the winter as well. Does not require spray painting as I see it right now. Finally, here are two projects that do require some spray painting, so I'll get these out in the garage this week. You saw me talk about the grist mill in other videos. I did a mock-up of that as well. And again, as is the case with the ore bin and most other Campbell kits, the instructions come in 2 sheets, sometimes more. One sheet is the diagrams with everything labeled to size, and the other is actually, I got some more blown up pictures of the structure and how it goes together, showing the different walls and so forth, but it also has all of the print instructions. And they will have the parts, like here it says step 1, and they have the parts labeled as, let's see if I can get this blown up a little bit, over here on the side, part A1, A2, A3, and that means that those parts are in bag A. And again, they're still sealed, and you can see that part A does have some walls in it that are the walls for the grist mill, and those I will spray paint, but not until I have assembled the walls from the various parts, because again, if you're familiar with Campbell kits, it is not uncommon to have the walls be come to you in 2 or 3 parts. So let me see if I can find a quick example here. This side wall, for instance, has a part 8 and a part 7. So those have to be glued together first to form the wall. And once I have them glued together, then I will do my spray painting. And this wall has part 1, and this little support here is part 2, and part 3 over here. So I will glue those together, then spray paint them, and so forth. And then I can put them aside until I'm ready to build over the winter. But I want to get those walls painted first while the weather permits. So you have to plan ahead a little bit. So that's the grist mill. And because I know at some point I will get tired of building structures and want to do something different, this kit I showed you just recently in a video. It's a Tyco, this is their shifter, 040 shifter. And anything that's metal, probably also these because they're shiny plastic, ultimately are going to need some flat black paint, and I'm thinking I will take the time to file off all of the flash on anything that's white metal, like the underframe here, the boiler, the underframe of the tender. File that and the cylinder castings, spray paint them flat black, and that way when I assemble them they'll be in good shape. Probably have to do these as well. As I say, that's a shiny black. So I'll get anything that needs to be spray painted done over the next week or so, and then over the course of the winter you'll see me work on this. There'll be scenery work too, but that doesn't require any painting out in the garage. So the curved trestle, Campbell. The grist mill, Campbell. The ore bin, Campbell. And then some smaller kits that are non-Campbell. That's the plan for the winter, folks. So, yeah, you will see these things unfold in the next few months. Until then, if you enjoyed this little preview of the winter and what I'm doing up front to prepare for it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel. All right. Talk to you again soon.